Hi, my name is Bryn Bamber and I'm the founder of the Sacred Career Design series, and I'm super excited to have you here with me to do this mini course on sacred career design. So wherever you are, let's start by taking a deep breath. Breathe in deeply and exhale and relax. Gently close your eyes and allow a memory to come of a time when you felt fully alive. So it can be a recent memory or it can be something from a while ago. And just breathe that memory in. Allowing that feeling of full aliveness to come into your body as you remember that memory. And just soak up that feeling. Feel it in your feet, in your calves and your knees and your shins, in your thighs and your hips, your pelvis. Breathe that feeling into your back, your whole back expanding, your abdomen, your chest, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands, neck, throat, jaw, your head, your skull, even your scalp. Soaks up that feeling of feeling fully alive. And so you can gently open your eyes and come back to the video. And what if you woke up every morning and went to a job that allowed you to connect to that feeling? A job that energized you and made you feel alive. So this course is all about taking the steps towards that job. And at every moment and every day, we're either moving towards a life that is energizing, a life that makes us feel alive, or we're moving away from it. And we do that in the little decisions that we make every day. So it could be as small as choosing to speak up in a staff meeting. Maybe you have a great idea, but you're not sure, so you bite your tongue. And then you don't feel as energized by the meeting because you're not contributing your gifts and your ideas. Or it can be those larger decisions, the decision of where to live, the decision of what job to be at. Those decisions as well are going to impact how you feel in your everyday life. So this course, this mini course is all about getting in touch. So the first thing is getting in touch with your inner career coach. And we'll talk more about who that is and what that is later. In this course, you'll learn the difference between intuition and ego. And even if you already might have a definition for that, but we're gonna go in depth into that, and hopefully this perspective will help you. We're gonna look at what's keeping you stuck in the patterns and the habits that have kept you in a career where maybe you're not making enough money, or maybe you're just bored, or you have a terrible boss. there are things that are keeping you there, keeping you in those sorts of situations. We're going to look at that. And the last thing is you're going to get some practical steps on how to move towards your sacred career, move towards the place where you can really offer the gifts that you have, use the gifts and the talents that you were born with, and make an impact and feel energized by it, because it is possible. And it's not just possible, it's what you were meant to do, it's what you're here for. So the most common mistake people make in career design and sacred career design is they start at the end. They start at the job board, or trying to make these decisions, and they haven't done the inner work. They haven't looked at their heart's desires, what they long for, what kind of life they want to live. Simple things like, how many hours a day do you want to work? Do you want to have a family? Do you want to live in a city, or do you want to live in the country? Looking at their ideals of what kind of life they want to have. And then also the other key thing is looking at those patterns and habits that are keeping you stuck. So sometimes someone will make a bold choice and they'll quit their job, or they'll move, and somehow they'll end up in a similar situation. So they'll end up in a job that really is very similar to the old, they had a terrible boss before and they happened to get another terrible boss, or they weren't quite making enough money before, they weren't really getting well compensated for their gifts, and then they end up in another job where it's a similar situation. So if you don't look at your old patterns and habits, often even if you make a big shift, you will end up in a similar situation. So this course is all about starting to do that inner work, starting to look at the life that you long for, and what's keeping you stuck. And so when you go to the job board, you're going to be more prepared for it, and you're going to be more strategic with the jobs that you apply for, or the route that you choose to take, because you've done the inner work before. So let's dive right in to your inner career coach. So your inner career coach is your intuition. It's the part inside you that knows what you need, and every one of us has that part, and some people are in more relationship with their intuition, and some people, they don't believe in it, or they don't ever tap into it, and or they never slow down enough to listen to it. So we all have it, and people call it different names. Some people would even go so far as to call it your soul. Some people call it intuition. Some people call it inner wisdom. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But it's that wise, that part of you that's wise. It's also the part of you that's playful. It's a joyful part. But it knows exactly what you need. And one of the tricks of intuition is that it's only ever going to give you one step at a time. So, you might want to make a 10-year plan and see where you are 10 years down the road, but your intuition is just going to give you one step, and then you have to take the step before it gives you the next step. The other thing about the intuition is it resides in our bodies. So we have expressions in English like I have a gut feeling, I have a knowing of the heart. These are all visceral things. And so part of being in relationship with our intuition is taking care of our bodies. a really simple way to get in touch with your intuition is to take deep breaths. That's a great first step. The opposite of intuition is your ego. And I really like the definition that Buddhist monk Pema Chodron gives for this. She says, your ego is the part that makes things worse. Pretty simple. It's the part of you that before you even know it, you get an angry text and you've texted back something angry. It's the part of you that wants to impress people. So maybe, your parents really want you to be a doctor, so you apply to med school, even though that's not, even though you're a visual artist and you love painting and drawing. So it's the part that wants to impress, and it's also the part that beats you up. So it's the part that says, you're worthless. Who do you think you are? You're a fraud. You're not going to be able to do this. So a lot of people think that ego is just the puffing up the chest and the greediness and the, I'm such a big shot. But the ego, it tears down other people. It says, she's stupid. She doesn't know anything. And then before you know it, it's turned and it's tearing you down. So that is the ego. So in this, the first exercise, and all of the notes from this course you get in your Sacred Career Design PDF that comes with the course. But the first exercise is to just take a minute to take a couple of breaths and then ask yourself, what is your relationship right now with your intuition and your ego? So yeah, just start by taking a big deep breath in and out. What is your current relationship with your intuition and your ego? And then the second question is, when do you listen to your intuition? When are you more in touch with it? And what are the situations in which you are out of touch with it? So now you can take some notes. There's some space on your PDF to take some notes, or you can take some notes in your journal. Just write down, what's your current relationship with your intuition, current relationship with your ego? And in what situations are you more likely to listen to your intuition? And in what situations are you less likely? So for me, when I'm stressed out, I'm not listening to my intuition. I'm in my head, I'm going crazy. I'm not able to touch in. So the next exercise that we're going to go into is, what is keeping you stuck? So in this exercise, you're going to look at some of the things that you might have learned from your parents. You might have learned them from your teachers. You might have learned them from watching TV, from society at large, from your extended family. So we're gonna look at A. So A had always heard that artists can't make money. So when she graduated high school, instead of going into visual art, and even though she had been painting and drawing and, decorating her own room and knitting and doing all different sorts of tactile and visual art since she was a young child, she didn't study art in school. She went into English literature because that to her seemed more legitimate and respectable than studying fine art. She went into English literature, didn't really like it, dropped out, went back to working, you know, got a job in a restaurant to support herself. Then and moved back in with her parents. Then she decided to try again. Went to university, studied engineering, did that for a little while, realized, this is kind of boring, this is a lot of work, I can do it, but I don't really like it, dropped out again. Then, same thing, back to the parents, back to getting a regular job. Okay, third try. She goes to college, like community college, to study animation. Loves it. Finally is in a program where she's doing visual art, excels. All of her professors love her, builds her portfolio, eventually applies to a prestigious school for industrial design, gets accepted into that school, and she's now studying, you know, a combination of visual art and engineering and math at this prestigious school, loving her life. So with A, she spent a number of years and a good amount of money on school, on education that she really wasn't interested in because of one of these old, untested beliefs. So this is why it's so essential to look at these beliefs, because you don't want to have to spend 3 or 4 years and thousands of dollars doing something that you don't really want to do just because you have an untested belief like artists can't make money. So again, going back to your Sacred Career Design PDF, looking at the statements and circling any of the statements that you or you think your family believed growing up, any of the statements that you learned as a child or as a teenager. So circling those. And then there's a second set of statements that the question is just, do you believe these? So going through again and circling any of the statements that you believe about yourself. So pause the video, grab the PDF, circle or write in your journal the statements. So when you're done circling all of the untested beliefs that you might have, write down your top 3. So choose the top 3, the ones that you think have influenced you the most. And then the next question is, how have these untested beliefs influenced you? So take a couple of minutes to write some notes about how these beliefs have impacted your life. Next step, so again, pause if you need to take a minute, but when you're ready, the next step is to write down these statements again, and in with the phrase, sometimes, we'll take the example from the case study, so sometimes artists can't make money, but sometimes that's not the case. The thing about these untested beliefs is not that they're never true, but the way that we store them often in our mind and in our consciousness is that artists never make money. So it's true, some artists can't make money or can't make very much money. Other artists make lots of money. So it's not that these untested beliefs are always wrong, it's that we have stored them in our mind as these ultimatums, and it's not factual. Artists never make money is false. So it's more accurate to look at these beliefs as sometimes artists can't make money, sometimes they can. So rewrite these beliefs. The next part is home play. So instead of homework in the Sacred Career Design course, we have home play. So this course is for you. All of these exercises are for you. So if you don't like them or think they're stupid or unhelpful, you don't have to do them. And the same thing with the home play. We want it to be fun and playful and add to your life, not be a burden or something extra that you have to do for you. And this home play is a question. So if you could do anything you want in 5 to 10 years, what would it be? So definitely not letting these untested beliefs that you've just looked at influence what you're gonna write, because this is dream time. Write whatever you would love to do. So the last exercise in this Sacred Career Design mini course is chatting with your inner career coach. So we talked earlier in the video about your inner career coach, aka intuition, aka inner wisdom, aka soul. So this exercise is one that has been incredibly helpful for me in getting in touch with my inner career coach. So for this exercise, I've used the words inner wisdom. You can call your intuition whatever you want to call your intuition. I've used inner wisdom just to remind you that you're talking to the part of yourself that's wise, remind you that you're not talking to your ego. And what happens is you can start now by taking a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to come to a centered place. Relax your shoulders and your neck, your jaw. And now slowly open your eyes, and either on the PDF or in your journal, you're gonna write down a conversation with your inner career coach. So the PDF has a template that says you put your name and then you write dash hi and then you write inner wisdom or whatever you're calling your inner wisdom dash, and then you let them respond. They might say hi, they might say good morning, whatever salutation they want to use. And then as you go through the PDF, there are a series of questions that you ask your inner wisdom, and then as you get through the questions, you get to write some of your own questions. Talk to your inner wisdom. So pause the video here, take some time, chat with your inner wisdom. So your final home play for this mini course is 2 questions. First question is, what am I learning about myself? You've done a series of exercises. You've looked at untested beliefs. You've looked ahead where you want to be in 5 to 10 years. What are you learning about yourself? Make some notes. And the second question is, what change could you make today or this week or in the very near future that would move you towards your sacred career? So take some deep breaths, do whatever you do to get you to a centered place, and then answer these 2 questions. So pause the video, take some notes. And then once you've taken some notes on these questions, your final home play for this course is to make that change. So whatever change you wrote about, make it. As I said earlier, your intuition is only going to give you 1 step at a time. It's not going to give you 15 steps. So you're not going to get another answer out of your intuition until you take that next step. So this whole course, mini course, is a preview for the full Sacred Career Design series. There are a couple of packages that you can choose from. There's the self-study package, a coaching taster package, and a deluxe package that kind of has everything that you would need to really shift your life into a place where you're making the amount of money you want to make to support the lifestyle you want to have, and you're feeling energized while doing it. You're using your gifts, you're doing what you're meant to do, what you came to planet Earth to do. And you can have it all. I know there's a lot of messaging out there that you have to choose a career or home life, and you know, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to be drained all the time, and I really don't believe that's true. You can do a job that is using your gifts and that is going to fill you up and that is going to be lucrative for you. So if this kind of work, if you found these exercises helpful, if you're having insights about yourself, I would love if you would join us for the full Sacred Career Design series. It would be really, really great to connect with you, to do coaching sessions with you, and to take you through even more exercises that are gonna go even deeper. This was just 3 exercises. It's really just a taster. With the Sacred Career Design series, with every package, you get a full playbook mailed to you so you can do all of this pen and paper work, have a record of it. I'm totally a pen and paper girl, and so I'm really excited to be like printing copies of the playbook that will get mailed to you. There's a video series that goes along with the playbook. All of the packages include at least 1 coaching session with me, and some of the packages include many coaching sessions, so we would get to work together. And if you are at that point where it's time for you to make a change, I would love if you would join us. So you can find out more at www.brynbamber.com/sacred career design, and we would love to have you participate. Okay, thanks so much. Feel free to share the PDF and the video with anyone that you know who you think it would help out. And you know, I really hope you take that step and make the change that you wrote about, because I want you to have a fulfilling, energizing life, and I want you to be bringing your gifts to the world. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.